Okay, welcome everybody to the TESI final presentation night. We're so happy to have you all here. This has been really exciting and it's a new program for us. So we're really excited to see all the student presentations to learn about what they experienced over the past couple of weeks. And for everybody who's dialed in through Zoom, we apologize that we only have one camera. So what I'm going to do really quick is I'm going to show you the audience. Let's see how this works. Whee.
Yeah, here we are.
There they are. Okay. Now let's make sure that am I back in the screen again?
Yeah, beautiful.
Okay. All right. So TESI is our Tech Careers Exploration Summer Institute. And I'm going to tell you a little bit more about the program as we go through the slides here. So we have a beautiful program that Becca put together for us. So really, we're going to do some welcome and introductions. We have some messages from some really special guest speakers that'll come up, and then we'll do an introduction for all the students. And then we get to see the meat of the program. We're going to go into the presentations. That's going to be really fun. And then, of course, certificates. That's a big part of this. And then we'll kind of wrap up and say goodbye and acknowledge our partners again. So that's what we're all about today. And so my name is Wendy Porter, and I haven't been with you all for the last couple of weeks. I've been kind of a behind the scenes person. And what I do is I help our far north community colleges, all 7 of them, develop their tech education programs. And a big part of that is working with the high schools to get the high school students interested in pursuing that type of education. So these programs are near and dear to my heart, and that's why I am helping here. And I am excited to see what happened for the past couple weeks. So as I mentioned, my name is Wendy Porter. This is your TESI team. So these are, oh, thanks, Linda. So the 3 people that really helped bring this together. Myself, Linda Fisher, who's been your amazing instructor. We couldn't do this without her. And of course, Becca has been really behind the scenes. She is the amazing person that pulled this all together. So she put a program together like this, very similar for the healthcare space. It's called HESI, and that program has been wildly successful. It's even been duplicated at multiple colleges. And so that's what we're planning to do with TESI. So you guys are the first cohort. You're the first students to help us pilot this. And we're going to be looking forward to your feedback so we can make next year even better for the next round of students. And we hope to grow the program and have it be a lot larger. So Becca, yay. Linda, yay. All right. Okay, and we could not have done this without our partners. This is really important to acknowledge, especially our industry partners. So Strati, Lulu's, Ray Morgan, Butte County, these are the companies that open their doors and let you guys come in and learn about careers in technology at those businesses. And the great news about working with them for this program is they're very excited to continue developing the relationship with Butte College and doing more like this for the community. So we're really happy to have them. Chico Start, we're in Chico Start right now. So thank you, Chico Start, for letting us use the facilities. The Makerspace, Butte College Create Space, helped us make the badges that you guys all wore. So we want to thank them. And then of course, Butte College is our other big partner there. So definitely need to send big kudos to all of them. So there's 2 parts to the goals for this program. So one is around the students. Obviously, we want to attract new students into tech careers. There are amazing job opportunities. They're growing each year exponentially. So how do we bring more students into wanting to pursue these careers? That's part of our effort here. The other big piece is getting you outside of the classroom, learning communication skills, and getting to explore some of those careers to see what you might be interested in doing in the future. The other side of our goals is to develop the relationship with our business partners. So how do we get them more involved with helping approve and look at the curriculum that's being developed and then strengthen those relationships so they want to hire right out of the classroom? And Linda is amazing at this. So we need to really point out her students always get hired out of her class. So really, it's a great shout out to her teaching ability and the programs that she has at Butte College. So once again, thank you, Linda. Okay, now here we are going to get into a message from the president of Butte College, Samia, and unfortunately she couldn't be here today. They're doing some retreat work and fiscal planning stuff. So we're missing, and she's really upset that she couldn't make it, but she wanted to put together a video for us to see. So we're going to do that right now. And Linda, I hope I do this right. How do you hit play on this? Just click it.
Hello, everyone. My name is Samia Yaku, and I'm the president of Butte College. I want to welcome all of you to the final presentations of the very first Tech Career Exploration Summer Institute. I really wish I could be there celebrating with you. I know we have proud parents and family members here, along with instructors, business owners, community members, and most important, students. Thank you all for being here and participating in this important milestone. This institute is the first of its kind. It's modeled after a very successful program we have that introduces high school students into the health professions. Our forward-thinking team in information and computer technologies, led by Regional Director Wendy Porter, and our computer science department, represented by instructor Linda Fisher, decided we needed to provide the same opportunities in the tech field professions. Local businesses stepped up. In fact, local businesses contributed over 100 volunteer hours towards this program. I want to congratulate the students in this program. You have shown great initiative and drive to be here. You have collectively gained over 700 hours in work experience, learning from the best by job shadowing at Lulu's, Strati, Ray Morgan, and the offices of Butte County. Participating in this program brings you one step closer to a lucrative and rewarding career. This program is one of many here at Butte College that are designed to equip you with the knowledge, skills, and experience you need to be successful. Our number one value is students first. This is our constant focus in all we do. Our faculty are focused on your success, same as our staff and administrators. We all care deeply about your success, and I believe you saw that over the summer. The fact that you have completed this summer TESI program shows that you are among the best and the brightest. You can make a smart move by starting your college career at Butte College this fall. After all, our motto is start here, go anywhere. If you are looking to a four-year degree, come to Butte College and build a solid foundation. Take your general education classes here and save money. You'll be poised to transfer to the university of your choice, and we will help you get there. If you're looking for something faster, we offer industry-recognized certificate programs and two-year degrees that lead to rewarding and high-paying careers in technology. Either path you take, our promised scholarship program will cover the cost of tuition and fees for all first-time, full-time students for 2 years. In addition, this fall, we're offering students $1,000 to help defray the cost of living expenses. Now is the time to be a Butte College student. So once again, congratulations on completing the Summer Institute, and I wish you all the best. And I hope to see many of you on our beautiful campus this fall.
That's good. Okay, so that was wonderful to have Samia spend some time to acknowledge your participation. They're very happy with how this turned out, so you guys should feel proud of what you've accomplished and that you're the first students to go through this, so it's really great. So now I'd like to introduce Donna Wood. So she is a colleague and a friend down more in Southern California, well, from our perspective anyway, and she's an educator. She's been doing a lot to lift up cybersecurity education. And not only is she an instructor and she works with CT, Career Technical Education Pathways in Cybersecurity, but she also was awarded the Presidential Cybersecurity Educator Award for 2020. So she's an amazing person, a great speaker, and really passionate about working with high school students and helping them get them into high-paying careers. So we wanted to invite her today to encourage you all in your future. So Donna, I will put it onto your, oh, good, there's the camera. Okay, so here we go. This is your slide, right?
Yes, it is. Thank you so much. Thank you, Wendy and Linda. Hi, everyone. So glad to be with all of you today. Thank you for inviting me. It's an honor. You have an incredible program up there in TESI and in Butte County, and all the people that are supporting you, including the industry partners. So why is that so important? And it's critical. First of all, I want to commend you as the students. Very proud of you for the success that you achieved during a pandemic year with the way schooling occurred. Online, in-person, hybrid, virtual, all those things that you had to deal with. Incredible for your instructors too. I was right there with you guys, and I know how hard all of my students worked to meet their goals. The second part of that is that you obtain skills, just like you did in this program that you're completing with your projects tomorrow, that the workforce needs and that employers are looking for. And these are the current key findings for the tech industry based on a CompTIA reporting survey. And if you go to the cybersates.org, you'll see their entire report that can even show as evidence for the projects that you're working on, and even in your future career planning. So what are the projected jobs looking like? Well, 12.4 million are projected to be added just this year in tech jobs alone. That's a large increase of over 31% for futures of cybersecurity career fields, which is important because you're just embarking on your future education endeavors and your workforce development for these skills. See, a lot of students may have graduated out of the universities and CSUs in California. The problem was the workforce and the industry said they're not prepared. They don't have the skills we need. That created a huge dilemma. And that dilemma, who answered the call? Our California community colleges. There are 116 community colleges divided up between 73 districts across California, compared to 9 UCs and 23 CSUs. And so what the community colleges did, because of their large scale throughout the state, they embarked on strong workforce skills development, which is what the TESI program is all about. Partnering with industry to make sure the students are getting what? Not just a degree or a diploma at the end of theory, but more importantly, you're obtaining industry certifications, work experience on the job, job shadowing, volunteer or paid, doesn't matter. With those industry certifications, you add it to the soft skills and the industry skills you're learning, as well as education diplomas and degrees. And now you can see how you are a well-rounded employee for future industry. So important. And this is what the four-year universities realized, we may have missed the mark, because the California community colleges jumped way ahead and got substantial funding. We're talking about into the billions of dollars to make sure students like you and their families can have access to all these opportunities. So then you look at what are the projected tech jobs coming down the road. Well, you see here in the key findings, almost 250,000. 57 is the ranking we get in our diversity, which means what? In these tech jobs, we need both male and female. We need a lot of different cultural diversity, language diversity to be able to meet the needs and the demand of tech because it's global, right? Tech and STEM are global. Not just to California and to our nation, but you're going to be impacting the world. That's a lot. What's the estimated then direct economic impact here in the United States? Over $2 trillion for the work we're doing, the work you're going to be doing. That's huge. Now, what might be very attractive to the parents and students? Your pay, your income is 2 times that for the occupational wage. I have real examples from my own students who have went right to work for Google, Yahoo, CrowdStrike after graduating high school and then going into a community college while they were in high school. So they did the summer training programs like what you're doing here. They earned industry certifications. One of my graduates from last year is already at CrowdStrike in San Antonio, Texas, went there, graduated last June, finished up his associate's degree, finished up his bachelor's because he was doing classes online, had over 8 industry certifications, started with CrowdStrike this January at $83,000. He just turned 19. That's a testimony to what the students can achieve, what you're going to achieve. Companies need you. They need your expertise. They need your knowledge and they need your want out and your tech savvy. You're the generation that grew up on technology, but we have to put all the pieces together. This is huge. So I really want to encourage you to explore the tool. If you go out there, and I don't know if they've already linked it to Cyber States, and I can see if I can share it or link it to here on the slide. If you want to do that, Wendy, if you want to click on cyberstates.org, just real quick, click there, or I can do it either way. But I wanted to show you guys and encourage both you.
Oh, that's not sharing. Hold on a sec.
Okay, no worries if you don't get there. And cyberseek.org, what this will do is you can do a comparison here in the state of California and all throughout the nation as to what jobs are available. Oh, perfect. Thank you, Wendy. I'm going to put
Kinda.
it's okay. So you can scroll through what it was. You can look at the key findings. You can look at their full report. But the key is looking on the interactive map. This is where you see their key findings. Here on the interactive map, you can see I can go to any state, but go ahead and scroll down just a little bit, Wendy. You can scroll down. Perfect. Keep going. There we go. Right here. Thank you. This is the intersection of tech industry to tech occupation employment. They show you percentages. They give you real data and stats. And if you look to the far right, you're going to see the wages there, the median tech income. Now, of course, that won't be your entry-level income, but believe it or not, the entry level in most of these tech jobs are more than what teachers earn after 4 to 6 years of receiving an undergraduate and a graduate degree. So this is really important. What's key, though, is that there are going to be jobs for you as you continue your education. You never want to pursue a degree or certifications to find out there's no jobs out there and I have to take jobs at lesser pay and all of a sudden I'll have the student debt. That again is the key of going to the community college. They help give you all the transferable units. You're getting to go at a much more affordable rate. You're getting your industry certifications. Plus, with programs like this, you're getting incredible work experience. What does that mean? How does that all add up? That means when you transfer to the UC or the CSU for your undergraduate degree, you're ready to receive scholarships. They're going to want you because you've proven yourself as a student and a valuable asset to the industry because you're doing all these other things that are technically not offered at the UCs or UC alone, CSUs alone. Those are just theory degrees. You want to have the entire package. So then when you go to apply, they see you have transferable skills, you have transferable units, and you're going to be rewarded scholarships. Even more important, many of the industries will pay for your upper level education. So parents, what does that mean to you? Absolutely zero college debt. Very, very low. Any student loans, which is what you want. You don't want to be one of the stats that says, I've now graduated college, but I'm $100,000 in debt. It all works out together. So I just wanted to give you that, encourage you, let you know, look at these websites, seek out the things so you can see this is real data, real reports, real students are being impacted. I am so proud of my students that are making a way for themselves, that came out of lower income homes. Some of my students have purchased their families their very first home. Very proud of them. Love this program, love what tech is doing for this generation. And I love how passionate you guys are about it. So I can't wait to see what you're going to accomplish. Thank you for having me here today. Please celebrate your successes and connect with me on LinkedIn. I will be proud to support all of your endeavors in your future careers. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you so much, Donna. That was wonderful. Thanks a lot. All right. How do we get her back over here? Right. Okay. There we go. It's been a while. All right.
And you can close, you can close that window.
Oh, okay.
And
Okay. Yeah. So I would really encourage you all to write down these websites and check them out. They're very fun. I really like the CyberSeek. I haven't spent as much time on the Cyber States one, but both of them are, it's really interesting. You can delve down into the Sacramento area. You can even look at, I think right now we have 60 cybersecurity jobs open in Chico. Currently, they're hard to fill. Cyber States is going to have, I think they're both mostly cyber security type of positions, but you can see all of the other types of jobs as well in there related to IT, computer science, etc. So play around with these tools. They're developed in a really great way. So really good information there. Okay, moving on. Oops. Okay, so yay, we're getting into the meat of our program. Are we on time? We're running a little bit early. Okay, so oh, perfect. Okay, so Linda Fisher, our instructor for the last couple of weeks, has been corralling all the students and all of you. And so she's gotten to know each of you, helping you put this together in your presentations. She's going to introduce the students, and then we will get into the presentations.
Thank you very much, Wendy. Okay, so we really have a great group of students. It's been such a pleasure to teach all of you. Emily is a senior at Hearthstone in Oroville. She's participated in the VEX robotics competitions. Excuse me, and she enjoys programming. Jordan is a recent graduate from LP High School. He's interested in economics, and during TESI, he's also been concurrently taking 2 advanced math classes at Butte remotely.
Wow.
So way to go, Jordan. Pablo is a Chico High senior. He's also the president of his computer science club, and he's a winning participant in the Mayor's Cup Cyber Challenge. We have Simon, who is also a Chico High senior. He's vice president of the computer science club, and he enjoys programming, drift cars, and drone racing. Una is a Chico High senior. She's interested in chemistry and food science, and she's on the track team. And she's been riding her bicycle in the heat throughout this entire program.
Wow.
Just insane. I mean, the amount of dedication that these students have shown is just incredible. Jackson is a sophomore at Las Plumas High. He likes to play video games, and he's also interested in the medical aspects of technology and how our new technology can help in prosthetics and those kind of things. And Lee is a senior at Las Plumas High. He's interested in sports, working in his father's plastic extrusion company, learning CAD, and building a website in the future. So all of you deserve a round of applause, because in the last couple of weeks, you have managed to complete a huge amount of work, and you've done it remarkably well. So with that, let's start with our first presenter, which would be Emily. Oh, thank you.
Hello, my name is Emily Bozarth. I am currently a 17-year-old senior at Hearthstone Charter, of which I had learned about the TESI program from my programming teacher, Mrs. Jennifer Lizelle. IT main points. Things that caught my eye. Things that caught my eye with the IT experience was the amount of information that I had received over the process of time. IT subjects of study. The IT subjects of study that I had learned were a variety of different things that have impacted my way of thinking when it comes to career choice. Difference in views. In this field, there are multiple views on what IT is. Some people who may not know about IT might just think about computers, but the people who actually know about IT know that in general, there is more than just a computer aspect to it. Days 1 and 2 of job shadowing, Lulu's. My time at Lulu's. While I was at Lulu's, I was greeted with open arms by the staff member of the name Caleb Sievers. While there, I learned a lot of different things, such as how an IT personnel does their job, and how if they do not do that job correctly, then it can mess up the whole entire company's persona. The different roles. In this business, you have multiple different roles. You have the CTO, which is the Chief Tech Officer, the Director of Tech. You have Cybersecurity, Help Desk Manager, Techs, Application Specialist, Senior Network Admin, junior network admin, systems admin, and SEO, which is search engine operator. Days 3 and 4 at Butte County. The experience. When I had arrived at Butte County, I worked with Mr. Miner as we did multiple things, such as change a keyboard. Overall, it was a great experience and a great time to see how an IT associate works when it comes to a county job in that specific field. The next day, when I had arrived, I started out the day working with Mr. Miner, Dylan, and Sarah, all of whom are all employees, and we set up a Zoom setup for a conference meeting that they're having, and we helped Mr. Miner put key fobs into the system and to give the people of which they are giving the key fobs to the ability to open the doors when needed. Different roles. With this business, there are multiple roles. You have the techs, which you'll start out as an associate technician. Then you'll go to systems technician, and then senior technician. Next, your role will soonly advance to an analyst, which you'll start out with as an associate analyst, then a regular analyst, senior analyst, principal analyst, senior leader, then finally at the end, you'll become program manager. And that's the end of my presentation.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jordan Kneffler, and as mentioned before, I recently graduated from Los Angeles High School, and in the fall, I intend to go to Butte College for economics. And the reason I did this program is because one of my secondary majors was potentially CS, and I read really no prior knowledge in the field, so I thought, why not take a summer course in the field and see if I would like it. And so for the learning process, I was fortunate to have the opportunity to shadow at Lulu's, which is a women's based apparel company based in Chico. And with Emily, I shadowed under Caleb Sievers, which was an IT technician. He basically showed me the ins and outs of the IT process, how imperative it is to their business model, like just the website being down for a couple minutes could potentially lose thousands of sales and dollars. And he also stressed how important physical security is. Like just to get in the facility, you needed to know the passcode, and you also needed to scan your badge. And this is so that no one unauthorized can access your servers. The next place I visited was Ray Morgan, which is also a printer company also located in Chico. And I had the opportunity of shadowing several different guys. Two of them, I got to watch them do their job. I just sat next to them, and then another guy I shadowed, which was a level 2 IT guy, which was really interesting. Like this guy manages the internal affairs of the business, and he basically helps the lower IT guys. And I also got to sit with two of the managers, Caleb and Paul, and they gave me really good career advice, just things like a strong handshake, eye contact, a good resume, just one page, and not one page of good stuff, solid stuff, not 5 pages, so that the recruiter doesn't throw it away. And that you can also never overdress, and that you should probably be persistent in trying to get the job, so that the people will think, maybe this is the right candidate. Anyway, I just want to thank Linda for all the lectures and knowledge, Becca for just running everything behind the scenes, and Wendy for making this all happen. And of course, Chico Start for this facility. It was really comfortable while it was 110 outside. And also that down in Orville, we don't really have much opportunities for computer science. So it was just nice to have a breath of fresh air.
Yes.
Hello, my name is Pablo Ragoza. In the top right, you can see my high school teacher, and he introduced me to this program along with the administrators. And I'm very grateful for him for giving me the opportunity to participate in TESI. In the top left, you can see I enjoy programming. Programming many different languages, but C++ is my favorite. Something that I learned about in TESI was that the USB protocol stands for Universal Serial Bus, and 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 internet travels cross-continental through fiber optical cables. These are some pictures of me at Strati. I'm holding a UPS surge protector and an old keyboard. Um, I really enjoyed shadowing Andrew Matley for these 2 days, as he was able to answer any of the questions Lee and I were able to ask regarding networking and other IT questions. I learned a lot about what skills are needed to have success in the IT world. I also enjoyed my time at Ray Morgan, as they showed Simon and I what life as an employer is for a tech employee for a tech company. Lastly, one thing I learned about IT is computers. Um, Computers are not the most fun to work with, and it's generally considered not fun. And, and that's what I learned from Strati and at Ray Morgan from them too. Thank you.
My name's Simon Fan. I'm a senior next year at Fall 2021 semester at Chico High. I was extremely glad to have this opportunity, as when I got into this, I was pretty interested in IT. I thought I wanted to go in the field, but I wasn't too sure on what or how. So even though TESI was pretty rapid paced, we learned a lot. The combination of enticing lectures, hands-on experience, and job shadowing made it particularly intuitive and memorable. I can say with confidence that I know much more about the IT field and what a job and industry could look like. So from the lectures, we learned a lot, but arguably the most important, applicable, and relevant for me at least, I learned that we can communicate with computers through binary. Another interesting thing we learned about was the internal workings of a computer, so what components make what work, and how we go from managing tasks and processing, how each part communicates with each other. Along with computer components, we learned about different software, which included the operating system, which acts as an interface between the computer's memory and processes and the end user. We also learned about different forms of internet connectivity, such as Wi-Fi, and more interestingly, fiber optics, of which I now know that there are hundreds of fiber optic connections underwater connecting continents together to support communications. Most interestingly and importantly, we learned about security and the difference, such as the difference between good and bad passwords, and also two-factor verification, which is a very good and vital tool for security to have in the modern day and age. So the first day I visited Ray Morgan, which I was very interested to learn because it was more of a social aspect. I always thought that IT was very sit in front of the computer and code all day. We got to see that I got to visit people. They were doing with help desk and support tickets. So I got to see a social aspect with interacting with customers and getting rid of issues. We also learned that Ray Morgan is very eco-friendly minded. They would spend a lot more money and go through a lot more steps to ensure that past resources are recycled. And on my last day there, I got an overview of the back end of the operations by looking at examples of SQL code that were typed up to go through the order process the consumer might make and how we process it and get the end result out to the customer. On my last day, I went to Lulu's, and Lulu's is a really big eye opener for me, as it's a women's fashion lounge. So I was like, how does this incorporate IT in any way? But as I learned more, I found out that Lulu's is really more of a distribution company, and as such, there's a lot of IT involved. I wasn't just customer assistance and commercializing products. So when we toured the facility, I got to see different servers and relayers, and I realized how much maintenance and detailed work went into these vital aspects of the company. And as such, we also learned more about security And we really emphasized on how often physical security is overlooked, especially given that if the closer a hacker is, the more vulnerable and less secure an organization is. So we saw forms of protection from physical access in the form of ID badges we had to scan and PIN numbers that were required to input on most, if not all, doors. Lastly, we learned the importance of a uniform hardware standard, which enables for easy diagnosis of issues by comparing and contrasting how something should function. If we have the same machines for everything, we can plug and play and see which part of the machine is actually broken.
Awesome. The biker.
Hi, my name is Una Griffith. I'm going to be a senior at Chico High School and I'm 16. So during the lecture, we learned a lot of interesting things. And one of the things that I found interesting were binary and hex code. It reminded me of a book I had read by Neil Gaiman in the Interworld trilogy. Because it referenced binary and hex code. And I was like, what is that? Now I know. And binary code, for example, is made up of zeros and ones, and each of these characters represents a bit, and they're on a 2-power system, so like 0 to the 2nd power, and then like 1 to the 2nd power, and it keeps on going, and yeah, and that was something interesting that I learned in the lecture. And then cool things I learned about Strati. When we went to Strati, a lady named Miss Linville gave us a presentation, and it pretty much summed the company up. And I learned that Strati is a managed service provider, which means they take care of tech problems for a whole bunch of companies. And I also learned that while Strati does value their employee being qualified, like with certificates and stuff, they also value their good personality. And one thing that I noticed that was really cool was their dog. And that's not a picture of their dog, it's just like a random dog. But I thought it was sorry. I thought it was cool because like it showed a relaxed environment. And then I also visited Lulu's. And I was surprised that their IT department was only like made up of 4 people that really worked on stuff. And I was just really surprised because how could so few people like work on such a big business with only 4 people for IT. And I also learned that through Strati, like I learned from Strati that Luz is has an enterprise system, which means that their IT department like only works on tickets for their own company. So they have to know a lot about their own system, but not any other systems. And I thought it was really cool that the IT workers could work on tickets from people from other states, so they don't have to be like right there in person. And then we visited the warehouse, and that was really cool. I had really big fans, and the warehouse was really big. And that's my present.
Jackson.
Hello, my name is Jackson Alexander. I'm a 15-year-old sophomore at Los Plumas High School. The person who got me in, who showed me this program, was my counselor, Ms. Tasha Cummings. Why I joined TESI? I saw an opportunity to learn more about technology because I've always been interested in technology, and I want to know more, and I want to know more how it works than I already did. I can say now with the help of this program that I definitely know a lot more than I used to know. I also wanted to see different types of technology careers and I can definitely say with that, because I went to Strati and I went to Butte County, that there are a ton of different types of that there are a ton of different types of technology type careers out there that are almost like on opposite end of the spectrum of technology, still can work, but still work and function perfectly. What we went over. On this program, we went over the following topics: programming, cybersecurity, computer components, computer ports, the different programming languages, and printers. With programming, we went over what integers and binary and hexadecimal programming is, which is the numbers that a computer can reads to run, like how in binary ones mean on and zeros means off. In cybersecurity, we talked about different types of cybersecurity like firewalls and VPNs, and VPN stands for virtual private network, and why cybersecurity is so important. With computer components, we went over what the different parts do and how they evolved over the years. In computer ports, we went over what ports do and how they have evolved from what they started as. We talked about the different programming languages that there are, like programming in Java and Python. We also talked about printers, like how there are different printers out there that do specific and different things. For day 1 and 2, I job shadowed at Strati. What they do. When we got there, we went into the conference room, and Miss Linville gave us a presentation about what they do, and I was impressed. They did a lot more than I thought they did. They do so much. They can connect multiple computers over long distances. They can help manage your small business's computer systems. As they described it, they get to look at those computer systems a wide amount. They don't get to go deep into what they into their systems. And they can fix problems on site, or they can fix them remotely from their computers. The way that they hire isn't all about the experience that you have, but they want to know how you work as a teammate. The tour went well. Ms. Linsville showed us around their facility, showing us where the pods were and kind of explaining what they did. After that we helped Andrew set up a new computer for a company. So we installed updates, installed virus protection and things like that. And then we also connected the computer to the company's servers and systems. On the second day, we got to shadow Brendan. Brendan is a level 2 and works in Pod B, which Pod B deals with more of their direct problems that they have, or more not harder problems per se, but they deal with the more unknown type problems that they run into. And Brendan was also mainly working on tickets, because they use a ticket system. He was also explaining to us how he got to where he was and what he had to do. And then for day 3 and 4, I got to job shadow the Butte County's developmental services. The Butte County Developmental Services, specifically the technology aspect of it, they fix, set up, and manage all the computers and tech that goes with their company, and they mainly Patrick deals with that, or Patrick Miner does all that type of things with him and his assistant Dylan. Yeah, I think it was Dylan. Mr. Miner works with over 200 devices, and he has to set up accounts and all the tech accessories that go with the computers, and has to set up all the accounts and key fobs, and it falls into the accessories. To get just from technician to principal analyst, all you need is basically just an associate's degree. And they're from the low technician. There's 8 there's 8 different type of careers that you can do in between the the technician and the principal analyst. And from where Patrick is a or a principal analyst, there are only 11 of them out of I want to say over 200 of them in their facilities. Part of the tour, we got to see the different facilities in the building where all the different types of jobs work. And then after that, we got to test a Ethernet cable that was in the wall to see if it was connected and to basically check and make sure it still works. So we plugged in the sending end of the Ethernet cable into the wall, and we plugged in the receiving end of the cable into the servers. And then while on the tour, we got to meet some of the people in the building, like the A team, which I want to say is just the front desk people. And we also got to see like where the code enforcement officers work, and like where they do all their type of working from the developmental offices. Then we got to set up a new account for a new employee that was joining there that joined Monday. We had to set up her account so that she could manage and basically put in the rules of what she can access with her account and what she can't access with her account. On day 2, we got to sit in on a new employee orientation. After that, we went to the chambers to set up the chambers to be compatible with the Zoom meeting that was happening that Tuesday. And then when we came back from the chambers, we helped Patrick let us set up a new key fob for a new code enforcement officer that was coming in and joining the team. I'd like to say thank you to the people watching in person and the people who are watching online. Thank you to Miss Linda Fisher for being an amazing teacher. Just
Lee, you're up.
Hello, my name's Lee Howard. I'm 17 years old. I go to Los Angeles High School, and I enjoy sports and reading books. So I didn't know much about the IT program when I signed up for TESI. So I thought we were going to learn a couple things about fixing computers, and then businesses would have to babysit us for a little bit. But it ended up that it was a lot more in depth, and there was a lot more in this program than I thought there was. So we spent the first week and a half getting lectures about different aspects of IT, such as infrastructure, applications and software development, database fundamentals, and security. And all of them are pretty interesting because infrastructure is about like the different ways that you can connect computers together, how you connect them to internet, how do you connect them to monitors, and things like that. And it's also about the different pieces inside a computer that interact with each other. Applications and software was about more the operating systems. So we learned about a couple of those like Microsoft or Linux. We also learned some stuff about software development. It went over a lot about flowcharts and the different kinds of languages, like the difference between assembly language and compiled languages, which was fun to learn about. And then we also learned about the reason why they have databases, we have databases because they can store files that are pictures and stuff instead of just characters. And they can also be bigger and are easier to go around when they're a lot larger. And then we learned a lot about security and firewalls and stuff and how important it is to have a good password. And so we went about a week and a half with that, and there were some really good lectures. My first job shadowing was at Butte County, and I spent my first day with Mr. Miner at the Department of Development Services, and he showed me his ticketing system, which was interesting because I didn't even know what that was when I first came here. and then we got to help fix someone's files, and we did a little bit of fixing computer stuff, but there was more to it than that because he also talked about how he runs wires through walls and has to operate the landline system, and it was a lot of fun doing that with Mr. Miner. The second day, I actually went to the Department of Public Works, and I went with Mr. Laszlo on an installation where I went to the Butte County landfill, and we installed a battery pack into the server rack, and we had to rearrange all the things that were inside the server rack and switch them around, and it took a lot of time, but it was fun because I got a lot of hands-on experience, and I learned a lot at Butte County. The second job shadowing site was Strati, which was completely different than Butte County.
Start.
When I arrived, we went with Miss Linsville, and she gave us the rundown on what they did at Strati. Because I thought they were a cybersecurity company, but they actually do full IT support virtually for 400 plus companies, and it was cool to be there. One of the things that they had us do was we configured computers. Pablo and I did that for 2 days, and it was a lot of fun because we got to download VPNs and uninstall and reinstall certain applications and set it up so that they could pass it over to people and then fix them remotely. And then we also got to figure out the difference between setting up and configuring a device, because we had to set up a computer, like plug it in and make sure it worked in a different building that they had, and we had to connect it with Ethernet cords and things like that. But the most important thing that I got out of Strati was I got to hear about the different kinds of customers that they had, and how there's people that get new computers every 3 years, and there's also customers that use the same system for multiple decades, and it was fun to hear about the different people that are IT customers. Everyone at Strati was extremely nice, and it was fun being there. These two pictures, the bottom one is me taking a selfie with their dog, and the top one is me with the dishwasher that they had in their second building. It was a tiny dishwasher that barely gets above the knees. So.
And you're tall, so that's
I am tall, so.
that's a normal size dishwasher. He's just tricking you.
But yeah, that was my time in the TESI program, and I'm glad I could do it. So thank you.
It's just been wonderful. I'm proud to give you all your certificates of completion. Yay. So not only are you getting Butte College credit, but you're also getting something to hang on your wall. Oh, that's right. And you're also going to be able to get certified because you're going to have a free voucher for to get certified. So, and Wendy will help us out with setting that up.
Yeah.
So, Emily. Oh, and Una. And Simon.
Thank you.
And Pablo.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And Lee. And Jordan. And Jackson. This has been a wonderful experience for me as a teacher. So thank you very much. You've been wonderful students.
Wow, those presentations were amazing and you guys did a great job. A lot of good humor in there, which is great. We all need that too. So thanks for all your hard work. And I know that Linda put a lot of effort into helping you too. So this has been recorded as well. So we will be able to pass that out for you. And this is, I don't know if we have, I do have one more, okay. Oh yeah, so of course we want to once again, thank you to all of our business partners because we couldn't have done this without them. And I hope for those of you that were able to attend online, that you were able to see how much you have impacted these students' lives and to see potential new employees that you can be hiring for the future, as well as all of you getting to know these different businesses and understand the different types of careers in IT. So once again, big shout out to Strati, Lulu's, Ray Morgan, and Butte County. And then of course, ChicoStar is our local tech startup incubator. So we have remote workers and tech startups here in the office. So it was great for all of you to be able to rub shoulders with some of those people and get to know what else is going on in Chico. And thank you to ChicoStar for letting us use this facility. And we're in the municipal building, and I believe you guys had a guest speaker from the information systems from the city of Chico come down and do a little guest speech for you. So that was really nice. They are extremely happy to have you in here. Chico wants to support technology education. And so it was great that we were able to come together and do this in the municipal building. Once again, the makerspace at Butte College. If you guys are out there, if you're going to Butte College already, or if you plan to go there when you graduate, you must check this out. It is so cool. There are so many great things to do in the makerspace there. So any student can participate. So you can sign up. I think it's a 1-unit class just to get access. So make sure you check that out. And then of course, Butte College. I hope that you all have a better understanding of how committed the California Community College system is and Butte College to getting our students into high-paying careers and to get the opportunity to explore careers, to really get into a position where you can go after what you really want. And you don't get stuck, graduating from four-year college without having an opportunity to see what careers in that field are like. So we are very happy to talk with any of you, parents, students, to tell you more about our different programs. And not to mention, while all of our, well, Lulu's is a good example since they're a women's fashion company. So you got to see how IT is applicable to that. Also be considering that we live in agricultural area here. So there is a lot of IT within all of our ag companies locally here. So Lumberg Farms, there's drone operators and programmers. There's a lot of technology that goes into the picking of the fruits. And I don't know all of the right terms. Yes, green walnuts is so there's and then in the healthcare system as well, lots of IT positions and computer science type careers in healthcare as well. So once again, thanks to all of our business partners for working with us and making this a reality and continuing on to do this next year. And to all of you, I think, is that the last slide? No. Oh, okay, this is just our contact information, but to all of you who were you spearheaded this. So you're the trailblazers, and we are going to be asking for your assistance in providing us with some feedback so we can make some improvements. We had some kind of hiccups and forms that need to be filled out and all that. We'll get better at that next year, but really a big shout out for you to be doing this. Yes. And
their ears perked up when you said drone. So I think we already had a
yeah.
contact because they are.
And one more thing before I think Linda's speaking for something. Like Linda said, and maybe Becca, so you all receive Butte College credit for the TESI program. So that is just a huge thanks to Butte College for letting us work that out and make that happen. You went through the IT fundamentals training at a very record fast pace. But because you have done this with Linda, you have the opportunity to take the industry certification from CompTIA. It's called IT Fundamentals Plus. And it's an entry-level certificate that it looks great on your resume, and it kind of sets you on the path to getting the next level of industry certification, which is the A+ CompTIA cert. And so we have those vouchers for you for free. So if you're interested in taking that practice test, well, it's not really practice, it's an entry-level test. It would be a really good opportunity for you to further your career. So once again, a huge thanks to Becca for all this that she did, and to Linda. And I believe Linda has something she would like to say. Oh yeah, hold on. Okay.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear me. Happy birthday to you.
Can I stop this now?
Yeah, well, yes. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Bye to the bird. Did you let them know?